Now, this story is coming from Daniel chapter 7. Daniel had a vision or a dream in the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon. And in this dream, Daniel wrote down the visions that passed through his mind. Now, Daniel saw the four winds of heaven stirring the sea, and out of the sea came four great beasts. The first beast was like a lion with eagle's wings. Its wings were torn off. It was lifted up, and it stood on 2 feet like a man, and it was given the mind of a man. Then Daniel saw a second beast. It was like a bear that was raised up on one side. It had 3 ribs in its mouth between its teeth, and it was told to eat its fill of flesh. Then Daniel saw a third beast. This beast was like a leopard, and it had 4 wings like a bird, and it had 4 heads, and it was given authority to rule. And then Daniel saw a fourth beast, a terrifying and powerful beast. This beast crushed and devoured its victims in its large iron teeth, and it trampled underfoot what was left. It wasn't like the other beasts. It had 10 horns, and then another horn, a little horn, that had the eyes of a man, and a boastful mouth came up. And as Daniel was watching, thrones were put in place, and then the Ancient of Days came and took his seat. Now he was dressed in white, his clothes were as white as snow, his hair was white like wool, and his throne and its wheels were all ablaze, and there was a river of fire that was flowing from before him, and thousands upon thousands attended him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. And then the court was seated, and books were open. And as Daniel was watching, he was watching the horn that was speaking boastfully, that is, until the beast was slain and thrown into the blazing fire. And then in Daniel's night vision he saw one like a son of man. He was coming on the clouds of heaven, and he entered into the presence of the Ancient of Days. And he was given authority and glory and sovereign power, and all peoples, or all nations and peoples of all languages worshipped him. And his kingdom, or his dominion, is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed. Now Daniel was troubled in his spirit, and he was disturbed by the vision, and he asked one who was standing there, what is the meaning? And he was given this interpretation. The 4 beasts that came up out of the sea, they were 4 kings that would arise on the earth, but the people of the Most High would be given, would receive the kingdom, and they would possess it forever and ever. And this is the story from Daniel chapter 7.